VHS and Colton.
Gotta drink some water. I'm parched from.
This is the stuff that doesn't make them podcast. It's just for the YouTube viewers.
What?
You drinking water?
Oh, gotta make sure you're hydrated so you can deliver the hot takes, the spicy takes. Speaking of which, I'm like the most depressed I've been in a long time, so I'm gonna be probably extra hateful. This podcast is usually me complaining about things I don't like, so now it's gonna be pretty much everything.
Well, I think anybody who's listened to the podcast for more than 3 times already saying, "Wasn't that already what you were doing? Hating on everything."
I'm one of the greatest haters of all time.
No.
Me and what were the characters?
I was gonna think the same thing, but I can't remember.
The player haters.
The Players Haters Club.
Hell yeah, Ashy Larry. No, that was a different scale. Huh?
There was a kid in elementary school that was called Ashy Dwayne.
Yeah, we had my group of friends had a friend that was pretty ashy, and we had a nickname for him that I probably shouldn't have been saying as a white boy, but I guess we didn't really think about it when we were like 9-10 years old. Anyhow, rest in peace, Scott Hall. This podcast, VHS Cult, is dedicated to the one and only Scott Hall, Razor Ramon. I'm Sweet Kyle.
I'm a figment of your imagination.
Not very sweet this week. I'm gonna be mean.
I think for like anybody that with a name like Sweet Kyle, it's already kind of like a ironic nickname, like teeny. Also, rest in peace to Sesame Street's Luis of Luis and Maria fame. He died this week.
Oh, why did you do that?
I don't know. It made me really sad because I was just watching Sesame Street with the baby man the other day, and there he was singing his songs. And not 2 days later, he died.
In the middle of the song, he collapsed.
Yeah,
they left him in the episode.
They kept it in. That's how it was back in the 80s.
The show must go on. All just complications from hip surgery. That's pretty shitty.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of people die from complications from surgery. If you really think about it, our grandmother.
You have a lot of additional health issues, right?
Well, I mean, you can get blood clots, staph infections, just all kinds of fun stuff.
I wouldn't get any of those things.
No, not you. You're a fucking pillar of health. No problems over here.
I don't think I have any health problems now.
I lifted them away.
Yeah, I'm sure it's more the cardio I do every day than lifting. Because when I was just lifting and eating whatever, I just got fucking housed, you know.
Well, I mean, a diet is probably a big part of it too. I don't think you really ate shitty at one point, and you're still not eating great. I don't think, but
yeah, no, I am. I do all that stupid shit where I track all my calories and my macros and stuff.
You say so. Some of your takeout orders were crazy at one point. I don't know if that's still the case.
I mean, years ago. Like, man, maybe like 4 years ago. It's been a long time since I started eating healthier. Still doesn't I don't know. I'm not losing body fat as quick as I want to. I don't understand why.
Well, it's because you're old.
I work out every day.
You're old, man. You got to get on that the HGH, the testosterone, the insulin.
There's this fake shit that's really popular on the internet right now for supposedly getting fit. Testosterone. It's like a
well, that sounds fake already.
It's like plant steroid instead of I don't remember what it is, but it's like not the same as anabolic steroids. But yeah, all the studies they've done on it so far, to me, imply probably placebo.
What the fuck was a plant steroid? Plants have muscles?
I don't remember all the details of it. Yeah, plants have muscles. You ever seen oak trees? Pretty jacked. The biggest tree I've ever seen. Redwoods.
That's really good.
Big. Yeah,
also, that fucking eucalyptus tree that they tore down a couple years ago.
Eucalyptus.
You know the one that used to be right outside the community center when we grew up. As big as our house.
There's like an invasive eucalyptus colony somewhere in California that they had to burn because it was like tearing shit up. I mean, like, they didn't really have to burn it. It was probably just ruining some rich people's plumbing, but, you know, shit like that. It's all for the rich. Speaking of the rich, Batman.
Oh, yeah, this is a Batman podcast. Batman time.
Rest in peace to Scott Hall, Batman.
The bad guy. The Bat guy.
The Bat guy. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. It's David Fincher's Zodiac, which is probably the best David Fincher movie. So if you're gonna copy one of them, I guess do that one. I actually really did like it a lot.
I mean, like lighting, cinematography, generally, sound, the soundtrack itself, everything was great.
How hot Catwoman was. Zoe Kravitz. The most unrealistic thing about that movie to me is, you know, the part where she's like, "Oh, we gotta get Falcone because he killed my friend. Are you gonna help me do it?" And Batman's like, "No, we can't kill." If that was me, it'd be like, "Say less. Who else do you want me to kill? I'll go on a rampage for you."
Yeah, well, it's probably a good thing you're not Batman.
I have very strong morals, but for Zoe Kravitz,
they're all right out the window.
Any beautiful woman, really.
How many children do you want me to kill? That's the Anakin Skywalker story.
Fucking, I'll go to war with God for Zoe Kravitz, no problem. That scene where they first meet, and he has to like snatch her up. And she like fights him at first, but then realizes there's like a security guard there or whatever, and like their breathing synchronizes. Damn, that's some hot shit. If that was if it was a better movie, they would have had sex right there.
That part got cut, I'm sure. It's gonna be the HBO Max version, the Matt Reeves cut.
Hell yeah, release the Matt Reeves cut. I want like it needs to be sick. It needs to be some disgusting.
Oh, just gross.
Sweaty.
He's cutting her with the fucking batarang. It's not even purposeful. It's accidental. It needs to be incidental cutting.
Erotic, not pornographic. Just sensual and erotic with full penetration.
What a different movie.
Also, Colin Farrell as the Penguin really was actually pretty tight.
Yeah, it was great. I like how he killed 15 to 20 people on the highway, and they're just like, yeah, you can go ahead and walk away.
I like the scene previous to that where, because you know he's Penguin has been acting real genial and like kind of G-shucks, but then you see him like turn like real sinister during that shootout at first, you know what I mean? Where he's like, I'm gonna fucking murder these people. I was like, damn, that's pretty good. And then when the Batmobile shows up, that is fucking what cinema? Yeah, there's maybe too long car chase.
This car chase is great. You know what I mean? Like again, all the cinematography is great. I think the story is a little weak. Like the whole reason for the car chase, a little thin, right?
Yeah.
It's just like we need a car chase here. And honestly, like the last act of the movie, like the escalation the Joker, or not the Joker, the Riddler has, where the Riddler Joker, where he's like, I'm gonna blow up the city now, felt a little like a step further than I wanted to accept. You know what I mean?
What I like about it though, I kind of like that Batman didn't like totally just straight up save the day, you know?
Yeah.
And also him and Commissioner Gordon just like could not figure out any of Riddler's shit.
I felt like I was one step ahead of Batman the entire fucking time.
Yeah, they were really just, a stool pigeon. What has wings? Penguins? Penguins have wings. Oh, also a bat. Oh, but a falcon does too. Oh, also when they first introduced John Turturro as Carmine Falcone, and it's through Catwoman's like special vision.
Yeah, her contact lenses.
Fucking that shit was dope. It reminded me. I've talked about it on the podcast before. Hype Williams' movie Belly with Nas and DMX. The very opening scene of that movie, they're like rolling through a club and it's like all blacklit, so like their eyes are, you know what I mean, it looks like blacklit, and it's like fucking tight because like it just makes everything look so like bestial and slightly strange, which is that's what that scene reminded me of in Batman, so I thought that was tight. Also, John Turturro, what a great actor. He could do anything.
He couldn't play Malcolm X.
I don't know. He's ethnically ambiguous. Right? Because he's an Italian man, but he could play a Jewish gangster. He could play someone from North Africa, the Middle East. That's the ethnically ambiguous zone, though, isn't it? Really, like
Yeah,
Southern
it's that
Europe.
Italian Greek kind of area, the Mediterranean,
Turkish, yeah. Libya's in there, Tunisia,
Egypt. Yeah, I believe it's pronounced Tunis. You white
call that the cool zone.
The cool zone.
The cool zone.
I don't know. I in terms of Batman though, I like it gets to the point where I can kind of see where all the pieces fit together. It's you know what I mean. I've read so many Batman comics, and I've read just enough in general where it's like, oh yeah, well, the idea of Batman, writing a journal that comes from a Kevin Smith comic book. The fucking Venom at the end of the movie that comes from Grant Morrison's comic book. You know what I mean? It's not.
Nothing came from Kevin Smith. I refuse to.
No, 100%. Like the first time I've ever seen Batman like become like a Hemingway style journal writer was in Kevin Smith's comic book series.
That doesn't sound like something Kevin Smith would write. Let's look at some of his famous tweets and see what Kevin Smith would write.
The rest of the series is not great. Not his Batman work is not his best stuff.
Yeah, I'm glad that it doesn't. At least to me, as
I just wanted. I don't know.
Fan,
do me something different at this point. I've seen enough dour Batman.
To me, it's I think it's like gritty, dark, but I like that it isn't grounded like fucking stupid, boring Nolan's Batman. Where like this straight up seems like a different world, right? It like Gotham does seem like some spooky alternative.
Yeah, it's like some spooky world, some spooky cursed city.
Mm-hmm. So that is tight. And then as like a more casual Batman fan, and specifically these days, I like Tim Burton's Batman movies and the Batman animated series, and like that's kind of end of list. I thought I liked that it wasn't like we didn't have to see his parents get killed again or worry about any of that shit. No, we don't have to worry about very much boring Bruce Wayne shit, which I always think is boring. I don't care about the duality.
Well, I mean that's the full. I don't know if you paid attention though. All Bruce Wayne had to do was meet with the fucking accountants, and he would have solved this problem to begin with. Because the whole crux of this, the Wayne Fund was being misused.
Yeah. But I mean, like when you dedicate your life to
being a karate Batman, a karate night ninja,
fighting like drug dealers on the street and stuff, instead of utilizing your broader power in the United States. That's kind of how it would end up, I think, right? Because a lot of Batman's whole shit is not to get in that tired old trope of he's a fascist or no technically blah. Just he's like Batman's just pursuing his own like PTSD shit.
I'm at the heart of it. It's just some little boy lost his parents, saw his parents get murdered. He's like, never again.
Never again. Never will rich white people die in my city. And then it is cool. It's kind of a tired Batman trope at this point too, but like at least they leaned into people totally misunderstanding what Batman's doing, or not, or really are they misunderstanding it and inspiring?
Oh yeah, it's more like kind of Bruce or Batman realizing what he's actually doing, right?
Yeah, it doesn't stand for shit. Or at least the public perception of Batman is he just likes to beat up criminals. Got to fix his city. Yeah, where he's a real Rorschach sort of character from the public's perception, right?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, there's a reason Alan Moore wrote the
Rorschach like that, yeah. Yeah.
Because Alan Moore... I'm a little bit of a disciple of Alan Moore, I guess, where I kind of agree with him that the concept of superheroes is kind of fascistic. So.
Yeah, to a certain extent. I mean, honestly, it harkens to me to like the whole idea of like the America is going to be the police of the world, and we know what's right.
Or just Ubermensch stuff, and like the collective group they can't solve any problems. It requires strong men, capital T or capital G, great men, right? That sucks. And then they especially in like Batman or Daredevil's case, like the low level street vigilantes, like they're a lot of times just really harassing disenfranchised people.
Yeah, I mean, Batman's gotten away from that. I feel like since like the '70s, but
yeah,
for sure, like there's a certain extent, like Spider-Man and Daredevil, where like your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is just kind of beating up poor people,
or even what like the heroes for hire, like Luke Cage and Iron Fist and stuff, or like Luke Cage.
I'll hear no Luke Cage slander here.
He's gonna clean up the hood, but he doesn't address how the CIA brought crack into the black communities and created the crack epidemic. He just beats up drug dealers. Put that man on a bigger case. He's unstoppable, right? Luke Cage is impervious to anything.
I just think he's got bulletproof skin and he's really strong. I think if you hit him hard enough, you can still concuss him.
What if he fought the Hulk? The Hulk probably beat him.
Yeah, I think the Hulk would just pulverize his insides, right? Isn't that how it would work?
I don't know.
I think that's what would happen. Liquid
Didn't the
insides.
Hulk like tear Wolverine apart and Wolverine regrew or some shit?
That's the ultimate fucking universe, which no one gives a shit about and has all kinds of crazy, stupid shit in it.
That shit rules. Remember how like horny the X-Men were?
Remember how horny the fucking Avengers were? I'm sorry, the Ultimates were?
Hell yeah, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver were incestuously horny.
Kurt Busiek. Not Kurt Busiek. Sorry, Kurt Busiek. Not you. The other, Loeb.
Oh, Jeff Loeb.
Yeah.
Man, it's because they're Eastern Europeans, huh? That's why he was taking some pot shots at the Slavic peoples. Jeff Loeb. Wait, didn't Jeff Loeb write The Long Halloween?
He did. One of the best Batman stories ever.
I was thinking Matt Reeves' sequel to Batman. Just take some cues from Long Halloween, but make it set like all in one night. Halloween, create the greatest Halloween movie of all time.
I mean, I don't know if you're paying attention. They're like doing like a Batman Arkham show on HBO Max, a Penguin show, which maybe you're excited about that. And there's rumors there's a fucking Catwoman movie.
I mean, so like Colin Farrell is straight up. I think I said last week he's probably one of my favorite actors. His like last decade.
No, fuck his last. True Detective season 2 is in that last decade.
All right, last 15 years, 20 years, he's been really good for a long. He's good.
He's always been good.
He's great in True Detective. It's just like the
fucking True Detective shit
is really bad.
I'll go to bat for Carl, and he's been great in everything I've ever seen him in.
I mean,
even the Daredevil movies.
Yeah, when he's Bullseye. Yeah, but that said, I don't give a fuck about a Penguin movie.
Penguin TV show, a series, of HBO Max series.
Yeah, if he was in, just put him in the next Batman movie. That's fine.
Here's the thing: like Batman to me seems like unless you're gonna do something really big with the movie, he's a character that's really ripe for like a TV show or miniseries, right? Because most of the stories you can tell with Batman don't need to be that big.
Yeah, they could be like old how TV shows in the 90s were, especially like X-Files or like even Buffy, where there's an overarching story for this season, but really it's like Monster of the Week, or in Batman's case, Mobster of the Week.
So I think the Batman's problem is he's too big, right? But he's really perfect for that kind of like HBO series.
I absolutely hate when Batman interacts with the larger DC universe.
Oh yeah, me too.
And I never want to see that in film. I never want to see Batman fighting aliens or gods and that shit. Nope. I want him to like fucking like have to fight Scarecrow in a graveyard on Halloween or some shit. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. I might be down for some like Brave and the Bold type shit.
Nah, fuck that. I can't stand that. It's like in Brave and the Bold, the cartoon is like tight, but like I don't know. I just really don't like to see Batman involved. I like to think of Gotham as its own world and Batman in it, not part of the larger DC universe. Because like that, it negates everything interesting about Batman.
So I don't disagree. You know what I mean? But the problem is, again, Batman's so big you can't do that.
Once I become what is the executive editor at DC, I'm doing it.
They're not letting you anywhere near that.
I'm doing it. I'm selling Batman to a completely different company. He's gonna have his own universe. It's just the Batman universe. Superman show up? Yeah, right. Superman's a TV character in Gotham. That represents how unachievable any type of thing like that could possibly be in the world of Batman. And Colin Farrell's Batman also. Colin Farrell. What else? What else did I like about Batman? It's just pretty tight. It's too long, but then I don't know what you would edit out of it.
I mean, well, shorten the car chase, right? Maybe make the car chase make a little more sense. You can cut the fucking Joker and Riddler scene. I don't give a shit about it.
I don't care about that. I think Barry Keoghan might be interesting as the Joker, but you could just do that in another movie.
I'm so sick of the Joker. Like, just no one. Who cares? You know, at this point, you know what I mean? Do something else. There's so many. We've never seen Clayface. We never, you know. Mr. Freeze is great villain. Let's do Mr. Freeze.
Movie. You think they're gonna do a movie where Batman has to fight a dude man Clayface?
I think you should do a Batman movie fight dude man Clayface.
Or Clayface would work really well as a secondary villain because he can, turn into all sorts of different people.
I just remember really liking that. I think wasn't it a 2-part episode of the Batman animated series. I mean, I'll say it right now. The Mask of the Phantasm is still the best Batman movie there's ever been.
Scorching hot take. I think it's Matt Reeves, the Batman.
I don't think. I mean, story-wise, I think the Dark Knight might still be better than the Batman.
I think I mentioned it before, but I rewatched the Dark Knight a few years ago, and I really didn't think it aged very well, and it incorporated a lot of stuff that I find uninteresting about Batman, and I just don't like Nolan's vision. Heath Ledger's good, obviously. I'm not gonna be so radical with my hot takes and be like, and also he's a whack Joker. He is just doing a Tom Waits impression, but it's a pretty good impression. But yeah, I don't think.
Also, I don't think Tom Waits ever killed anybody.
I don't think The Dark Knight is actually that good, in my opinion.
Your opinion is shit.
I was exaggerating when I said the Batman is the best. Probably Batman Returns, greatest Christmas movie of all time.
I watched Batman Returns. I don't know. I still think 89 is better than Returns.
89 is a better movie for sure. Batman Returns is just my personal favorite because
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Well, yeah, and Tim Burton really just goes for it. The camp is next level in Batman Returns, and the good kind of camp too. I don't mean when. Was it Bruckheimer?
Yeah.
No, not Bruckheimer.
Yeah,
who did
Jeffrey
Shoemaker.
Shoemaker. Wow. Sorry, Bruckheimer.
Yeah, his Batmans, which are just bad. I mean, some of the camp in Batman Forever is all right too. But...
Yeah, I mean, Batman Forever is still a pretty okay movie. It's Batman and Robin where it's really what the fuck are you guys doing anymore?
Yeah, the problem with Batman and Robin is not that it's schlocky and bad. I think that works because Batman Forever it works pretty well.
It's just too much going on, right?
And Batman and Robin seemed like they were out of ideas, and it was just introduce as many characters as possible so we can merchandise them, right? You know what I mean? It was just let's make another one for money, and also we have all these characters in it, and fucking Batwoman and shit.
Batgirl, pal.
Oh, Alicia Silverstone. The height of her career, right? She's just coming off Clueless.
No, it's downhill from here.
That's crazy. It seems like she should have had a bigger career, but I guess Batman and Robin probably ruined it. Chris O'Donnell too, right? His career's over with that.
Basically, and then he's on NCSI, right? For the last 20 years of his life.
Yeah.
That's the fate that awaits Robert Pattinson.
No, I don't think so. He's about to work with Bong Joon-ho.
Oh, Bong Joon-ho doing a Batman movie?
Yeah. He sure is. Doing another Batman, Bong Joon-ho. That might be interesting. He would definitely address the class crime issues in Batman if Bong Joon-ho made a Batman movie. He would probably pick a Calendar Man.
The Sphinx, the Pharaoh, was the 1966 Batman guy. He was
something real cerebral. What's the Court of Owls?
They're fucking boring, is what they are. I don't know why fucking anybody likes that shit. I read the Court of Owls. It's garbage.
Who's fucking?
You know what is worse is the war of jokes and riddles. Fuck you guys.
Who's the Doctor
Fate? Oh,
Yeah, he's a
Strange.
villain. Not Doctor. No, he's a Batman villain.
Hugo Strange.
Oh yeah, Hugo Strange. That's what it is. Yeah, he's Hugo Strange. Hugo Stiglitz. Professor Pig.
Fucking Condiment King.
If they had Clayface in like the Matt Reeves Batman universe, it is so grounded that he couldn't be Clay Monster. He just has to be a guy that's really good at disguises.
No, man, they gotta go for it. Clay Monster. It worked in Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah, but Batman animated series is really comic booky, right? Like Silver Age comic booky, where it's like anything could happen.
I don't think I know about Silver. Maybe the end of the Silver Age.
Anything could happen in this crazy mixed up universe. Yeah, you're right. They didn't have Condiment King in it, or who's the sports guy?
Sportsmaster, I think is who you're talking about.
Yeah, the sports guy. Didn't have him in it. It was a little bit more serious than that. There's a lot of ninja shit in that Batman cartoon, the animated series. Because I don't like that Batman when he got trained as a ninja either. That's just kind of weird.
Do you like how they stole this from the Earth One trade paperbacks? But Alfred is like a SAS guy now, and he's the one that trained Master Wayne to do ninja stuff now.
I think it's good because Andy Serkis was in it. Andy Serkis is really handsome. I always forget he's really handsome until you see him as Andy Serkis. You know?
Like, oh man, he looked nothing like Gollum.
Mm-hmm. Or an ape.
King Kong.
No, well, yeah, King Kong and Planet of the Apes. He's
I forgot about Caesar. I still haven't seen those Planet of the Apes movies.
With Matt Reeves directed them. That's why Andy Serkis is in Batman, I'm sure. I mean, not the only reason, but like I'm sure they have a close relationship. That's an interesting thing about the Batman too. Is I like straight up fucking loved it. It was a very enjoyable movie for me. But the director Matt Reeves, I fucking this based on everything else he's directed. There's no reason for me to like this movie. And then one of the highlights of the movie is the soundtrack, right? The score. And
I mean, it's very reminiscent of Batman '89 and the animated series, or I guess Tim Burton Returns too. The Returns animated series '89.
I like it because it's like a horror score, and it's like it copied Zodiac once again, but it's pretty tight. But I mean,
all these superhero movies these days are like, hey, what if we do this movie but put Batman in it?
Yeah, it's kind of like another symptom of just the complete like death of culture.
Yeah, so here's my pitch to you: grumpy old men, but Booster Gold and Blue Beetle.
No, here's my pitch. No more superhero movies except for Batman every once in a while, and maybe no, that's it. I think Batman's the only one that works on film. But
is it because Batman's more of a pulp character than a superhero character?
Yeah, like Gotham's spooky, and he's got spooky villains, and he's just a regular guy with gadgets, and he's got to solve crimes and stuff. It's just like more appealing to me than any other superhero shit. Well, here, Michael Giachino is the guy that did the score, and fucking based on every other like score he's done, I don't give a fuck about this man. But the score in the Batman is fucking dope. Yeah, because his shit is like, it started off making video game music, and then he Jurassic World and fucking Pixar shit.
Well, Pixar has good scores. I don't know why you get upset about that.
It's Incredibles 2.
I don't think anybody complained about the score for Incredibles 2.
Well, I'll say he did Spider-Man No Way Home score, which
I don't remember. Actually, the score was fine for Spider-Man No Way Home.
That Marvel movies have like the most unremarkable music in them. Like it barely exists. You know what I mean? So it's crazy for him to have done something so dynamic, in my opinion. I guess is what I wanted to
Well, I
point out.
mean, the thing with the Marvel movies, they don't really give any of these people a lot of time to do anything. You know, it's a lot of churn and burn. And
Well, yeah, I
the
seen the
Batman, if you've seen it, there's a lot of craft that went into this movie.
yeah. That's what my initial thoughts were when I saw like the full trailer. I think I said on a podcast where I saw it, and I was like, "Hey, this Batman movie looks like a real movie." Which is, in stark contrast to most superhero movies, including Warner Brothers DC movies, where they don't look like real movies, Marvel especially. So, yeah, check it out. I know people been on the fence if they want to see the new Batman movie or not, but it gets the sweet Kyle's seal of approval.
Well, I mean, honestly, it was the Batman Begins Nolan verse that brought Batman back, because after Batman and Robin, no one wanted to see Batman again.
Actually, when Batman Begins came out, it seemed like no one wanted to see Batman. There was like no hype or fanfare.
Yeah,
about
exactly. I
Batman
remember
Begins.
it had really great legs. That's in word of mouth.
Yeah.
That's what carried it through. There was a question whether or not I was going to get a sequel.
Yeah, because I remember we went and saw it in theaters, but it was like
It was like you and me and one other person.
well, like listeners, can you imagine a superhero movie that's almost like underground, like word of mouth? Used to happen. Sin City, Batman, Batman Begins, which is crazy too, because I mean, even the '80s through '90s Batman, those were major cultural events, right? And then Batman Begins is coming out, and Warner Brothers is like, "Good luck in August, bitch."
And then a few years later, like, holy shit, $1 billion?
Yeah.
Let's churn out these Batman.
Because I guess Batman Begins was pretty novel at the time, right? Comparatively to other superhero movies at the time and the other Batman movies, right?
Yeah, it was the first one. It's like, let's take this source material seriously. Although, I mean, the X-Men came out before that.
I think
And Spider-Man too.
Batman Returns takes the material pretty seriously.
That was their number one son, when they treated me like number 2. Wow.
And Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman. There's just an endless legacy of just Catwoman always being super hot, huh? You never dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, from the 66 show onward.
I'd kill for them all.
Well, some of them are dead.
I'd still kill for them. I'll do a seance to see if I get any messages from beyond. They need revenge on anyone.
Michelle Pfeiffer's in Marvel movies these days.
Yeah, I'm just cashing a paycheck. She's probably cashing a paycheck a little bit. Well, no, because in Batman Returns, she learned to use that whip. That's quite a bit of commitment for just cashing a paycheck. Also, they're like super huge movies at the time, right? Didn't '89 Batman like defeat communism or something? It made so much money.
'89 is the first movie I remember seeing a line outside a theater as a kid.
Yeah, I don't remember it because I was very small.
I remember it quite well. I was Batman that year for Halloween.
Where's Batman?
It had that little plastic mask with a little slit in it from the mouth when you stick your tongue in, you cut it. So when you say trick or treat all night, you're like, fun, fun, fun. And then on the night you go to eat candy, you're like, I can't taste shit. My tongue's all bloody.
I was probably a pumpkin or something, right?
I don't remember what you were. Who gives a shit? It's about me and Batman.
I was only like 2 or 3 years old, so
you would have been 3, I think. Yeah, you're 3.
Being a pumpkin or something. Did you watch The Big Fight? The biggest fight of all time?
Skeet Davidson and Kanye West?
No. The 2017 World's Strongest Man, Eddie Hall, fought 2018's World's Strongest Man, Hafthor Bjornsson.
Whoa! Hopefully the guy with the last name Bjornsson won, because that's a hell of a name.
That's that fool that played the Mountain who rides in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, they fucking had a boxing match for some reason.
How'd it go?
Like fake, like hyped up beef or some shit that's been going on for years or whatever. But what's interesting about it is the heaviest fight of all time, right? Because they're both like over 300 pounds. But they did get in shape to box. It fucking sucked though. It looked like if I stepped into a boxing ring, like I have like just enough training to like pretend
You
to be a boxer.
you have a heavy
for
bag
one
in your
round.
garage. You've probably thrown a few more punches than they have.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. They've been like training for however long, a year or two for
That's
a boxing
that's
match.
surprising
So
to me.
they
I
have
feel like you
little
give me a
bit
year of training straight for boxing, I'll look pretty good.
No, I mean they looked well. Half Thor looked better than I expected for sure. He looked like a straight up boxer for a little bit. You know what I mean? But I don't know. That's what I mean. Is it looked like if I stepped in there with my sporadic like fighting training, and I was like, all right, I know to keep my hands up, and I know how to throw a punch and how to jab and stuff, and hopefully I'll be able to get a hook in.
You want to call your cornerman, just roll your shoulders.
Yeah. And then the other fool, Eddie Hall, like he only was like sort of keeping his left hand up. He kept changing. He kept switching stances, like right in front of the other dude.
That's always smart.
Yeah, it was really fucking. It was. I don't know. I wasn't like super hyped up or about it or anything. I just vaguely familiar with who they are, and like it got recommended to me on YouTube, and I watched it, and I was like, I kind of sucked. But whatever. It was just the heaviest fight of all time. Some two huge ass dudes. That's the thing too. Is
I feel like there's got to be some UFC fights that had sumo wrestlers. I feel like they had to be heavier than that. But I guess for boxing,
this
maybe.
is boxing specifically. Yeah. But like, they're huge ass dudes and legitimately strong as fuck, right? Like they're legitimately world's strongest men.
Yeah, but I mean, like being really strong doesn't necessarily transfer into having a really clean, powerful punch.
Yeah, but if you get trained for a year or so and learn how to throw a whole punch using your whole body like you're supposed to, using the kinetic chain, and you know your fucking arms and shoulders and torso and leg are strong as fuck, seems like you should be able to punch really fucking hard. So I was thinking like, man, is someone gonna get fucking brain damage from this shit? But nah, they didn't ever even really get like any big punches in. Because they didn't know how to box.
I mean, that's kind of, if you've watched anybody fight on the street too, a lot of people don't really hit connect.
Well, yeah, because they just throw haymakers and shit, which is kind of what the problem was. Is Half Thor did train enough that he knew how to box enough, like
not to throw haymakers.
The other dude who was just kind of throwing big swings, like he'd just step out of it, knock it away, but he was fighting really defensively, so he didn't ever get any big hits in either. So really, it's just why amateur boxing isn't fun to watch. Also, it's not as good as Muay Thai because they're not fucking throwing knees and shit. I love that shit when they fucking kick him so hard in the leg. Muay Thai is tight. But, fucking whatever. Half through or one through points.
That's always the best. When you watch a celebrity boxing match and someone wins through points.
They were like talking. They're like, "Damn, it was only 6 rounds, right?" And like,
yeah, those big fellas can't go very long.
People like leading up to it and shit, and even like the announcing team were like, "I don't know if they're gonna be able to go these 6 rounds." Blah blah blah. Like, but like, I don't know. They've been training for a year and a half. They've both lost like crazy amounts of weight and like look legitimately healthy. You know how like strongmen are fucking huge and strong?
Yeah, they got a lot of bulk.
Yeah, but so I was like, I think they can handle 6 rounds, and yeah, they absolutely could. Because it's like, yeah, he's 340 pounds, but he's 6'9". You know what I mean? So it's like, I think he'll be all right. I think the proportions of his body are good enough that he can go 6 rounds, especially if you're not punching that much, you know. Bum bum bum, bum 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 bum. What else?
I don't know. That's all I got. Let's talk about Batman.
I watched another movie this week called Howl, not the Allen Ginsberg poem turned into a movie, but some British shit with werewolves. A train breaks down in merry old England, and there's werewolves in the woods. It's actually pretty cute. It's got like good practical effects and stuff. I first heard about it and almost watched it on St. Patrick's Day, but then I was like, nope, I can't watch it today because
it's British. Shit. Yeah, how dare you?
Like, yeah, I'm not watching any English shit today. No, sir.
We had Lucky Charms pancakes for breakfast, and I made Guinness stew for dinner.
Right on.
And I drank 2 more Guinnesses, so now I have 5 Guinness left.
Stone soup and soda bread.
I didn't make soda bread. We just had ciabatta bread from the Costco.
I keep wanting to start my kung fu era. Not like learning kung fu or anything, but I've been watching like kung fu movies and wuxi. But like I don't ever get around to it. I need to do it.
What's your what are you gonna start with?
What you know the man who directed Hero and House of Flying Dragons.
Yeah.
And,
so you're watching new shit.
Probably his whole filmography. His name's Zhang Miyu, I think. Zhang Miyu. Yeah, but he didn't do all kung fu movies. Like his career popped off in the early '90s with Raise the Red Lantern, which is more of like a period drama. But I figure I'll watch all of his wuxia movies.
Wushu.
And then I don't know. Yeah, I kind of want to watch more modern stuff because I've seen pretty much all the old classics.
Yeah, those are the best ones.
Hidden gems to recommend from like the 70s and 80s. Feel free to hit me up at probably Kyle at VHSKvLT.com. But yeah, I'm more interested in kind of modern shit. I think Chinese propaganda.
I love you, Granddaddy P. Pooh. Xi Jinping.
Got him. He looks like Winnie the Pooh. In that he looks totally huggable. Snuggleable. I actually do.
You're just talking about how Winnie the Pooh is a son of a bitch.
I actually do think Xi Jinping kind of looks cute, to be honest.
Oh, great. You're one of them, huh?
I mean,
I need a strong white daddy that I can hug.
I mean, I've joked about it on the past on the podcast, but like, legitimately, there's major problems with China, and he doesn't. I don't particularly care about strong leader daddy, but he does actually look kind of cute.
I'll just say, it's always a bad sign when anybody consolidates power like that.
Yeah, Zelensky. I don't know enough about Ukrainian politics to know how upset I should be about him.
The spending political power. I mean, that's just because it's fucking wartime. It's what I mean. She'll go away.
Yeah, but it is also like during war times is a lot of times when governments start to strip away rights and then make things worse and don't ever revert back. So, like I said, I don't know enough about Ukrainian politics to have a firm stance on it, but it is kind of like, interesting. Because, you know what I mean? That's during war times is when shit seems to get bad.
I mean, that's like, I don't know, maybe. But, like, they suspended habeas corpus during the Civil War and that came back.
Yeah, but the Patriot Act.
We didn't declare war.
It was war on terror, don't you remember?
Yeah, I don't remember anybody making a formal declaration. That's my fucking problem. Anyway, it's different.
It's war. It's a war on a concept.
Yeah, fuck you, dude.
That's why we stopped making horror
fucking
movies.
George Bush
terrorizing the American people. Yeah, Zelensky. Yeah, I don't know how strongly I feel about it, but it is kind of like I'll pause and think about it. Huh. Interesting. What else? There's this French journalist named Caroline Jaffe. She got permission from a Yakuza boss to hang out and photograph like the wives and daughters and mistresses and partners of Yakuza members.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm fucking super interested in her book that she released, like a photo album of all the work she did.
A coffee table book of Yakuza boss wives?
Yakuza women, yeah. The only copy I've been able to find is $800.
Holy God!
Yeah, it's like a really small printing and stuff. So that sucks. I wish I was rich so I could just have cool shit like that. You know what I mean?
For $800, it better fucking come with an actual Yakuza wife.
I don't know. I don't know about all that. But like maybe like a commemorative.
Something better be gold in it. Is all I'm getting at.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the specifics of like the quality of the photos and the paper it's printed on, but I'm sure there's some bullshit reason why it's $800. But that sucks. I want it real bad. So once again,
Yeah.
go to
VHSKvLT.com. Donate.
KvLT. Donate to the Patreon. I need the Yakuza women book. I fucking love
Yakuza
women with
woman.
tattoos, and then also specifically a Japanese style tattoos.
Well, I gotta be honest with you. I think you may not find a lot of Yakuza woman tattoos in the book.
Oh, that's where you're wrong, my friend. Because
Do the wives frequently tattooed?
Yes, they are. And here's the thing. Obviously, Yakuza very patriarchal, as you would expect. So technically, these women aren't part of the Yakuza, but they kind of are, right? You know what I mean?
Nope.
They're involved in that shit, and a lot of them are heavily tattooed. That shit's badass.
How many of them missing fingers? Or knuckles, anyways.
I think probably the case when it comes to women who aren't officially Yakuza, they probably don't get what is it, Yasube, which is where they take the finger. They probably get straight up murders, and probably other.
Well, now your book is depressing. I hope you're fucking happy.
Yeah. Well, once again, Yakuza, they are a patriarchal criminal organization that is very violent and probably not good, but they look really cool in movies.
like all mafioso.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. If had I been fortunate enough to be born in Japan rather than the United States, I'd probably be Yakuza.
I mean, if you'd stayed in the family business, like if we hadn't moved out of Chicago.
Gotta go. No, I probably wouldn't though, because the very glamorous depiction of gangsters, like that evil man Martin Scorsese always does, is very appealing. But then when you learn about the reality, where it's like sex trafficking and a whole bunch of horrible shit, I'm not super into it. I don't mind a little drug dealing or violence against other people that are willingly participating in the lifestyle, but a lot of the other shit.
I'm not in for a fairy tale New York type shit.
Nah, that shit's sad. You Once Upon a Time in New York?
Oh, that's what I mean. Sorry, I was getting confused with the Pogue song, which took from the Once Upon a Time in New York, right? That theme.
Oh yeah, a little bit, and then they also filmed at some of the locations for the music video and stuff. It was Shane MacGowan was inspired by that film, having not been to New York yet when he wrote the song.
I'm from England.
Don't you ever say that. Don't you ever say the truth. He's more Irish than anyone would ever be.
He's definitely not more Irish than I am, I'll tell you that.
Sure he is. He spent tons of his life in Ireland.
Yeah, he's not from there, though.
Yeah, he's as from there as we are.
That's what I mean. I had beef and Guinness too on St. Patrick's Day. What did he eat? Nothing. That's right, because he ain't got no teeth.
I didn't do anything on St. Patrick's Day. I like St. Patrick's Day. Like, here's one modern aspect of modern social media digital shit that's good. Is I like on St. Patrick's Day now. You can just see all the fucking what's going on in Ireland as far as politics and social shit and stuff, because it's for the man, they were fucking dunking on Michael Martin and shit because he didn't get invited to the United States, but Mary Lou McDonald did. Hell yeah, he was just clowning on that shit, clowning on him. And then also, it's cool now that the youngsters are always posting Republican shit, Irish Republican shit. I mean, Kneecap posting shit about IRA and stuff. That's fun. That's fun shit. It's good shit. Thanks. That's all thanks to the internet.
Thank you, internet. You're one for 1,000.
I love peeking into the popular culture of other countries and stuff. The internet has provided that for me. Just think, my love of Japanese film and stuff, would it even exist without the internet? Well, yeah, I guess a little bit, because we used to watch Japanese in Hong Kong and movies like that on.
But certainly not your love of South Korean media and
No,
cinema.
because we didn't have like a Korean.
Yeah,
channel.
we had a Chinese channel and Japanese channel.
Yeah. Which is interesting. Presumably, there's a lot of people of Korean descent in the Bay Area too.
I mean, there's just a lot of various Asian descents. Remember, we went to school with like people from Thailand and Laos and Cambodia.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is, all of my friends were Thai, Cambodian, Vietnamese.
Laotian. I had a lot of Laotian kids in my class.
Not too many, like
Philippine.
especially. Oh yeah, Philippines, especially not Japanese people, right? Because fucking their society operates so well that there's no reason to immigrate to the United States. Seemingly. So I didn't know any people of Japanese descent or Korean, I feel like. There was a Korean exchange student in high school, though.
I thought you were friends with a Korean kid in like 1st or 2nd grade.
Me?
Yeah.
I was most of my friends were Thai. And black. Thai and black. But that's not
Black Thai?
Africa's not in East Asia.
You learn something new every day.
But I had a friend in high school who was a Korean exchange student, and his Korean name was
Bong Joon-ho.
No, Im Kwe-jun, which is a good name, right? That's a cool name. But for his American name, he chose Jeffrey. So like everyone was calling him Jeffrey and shit, and I'd be like, man, just be Kwe-jun. He's like, no, I'm Jeffrey in the United States. And he's asking me like, how do you get American girls to like you and stuff? And I was like, you should probably start calling yourself Kwe-jun.
You're like, fuck if I know.
That Jeffrey shit not gonna work. It's like, doesn't Jeffrey
doesn't sound like, I mean, even before Game of Thrones, Jeffrey wasn't a great name.
Oh, that's not even, Jeffrey, like, I don't
You're
know,
a dork. Hi, Jeffrey.
It's me, Jeffrey.
Hey, Jeffrey.
Not even Jeff, but Jeffrey. So you gotta put that shit to bed. It's the only way you can get the American girls.
American girls like names like Pete.
No, they like names like Tad and Forrest.
Tad? I've never met a Tad in my life.
And Bo. Spelled the French way.
Hunter and Bo and Rapscallion.
I feel like there's some boring ass names that are popular with opposite sex, like Justin and shit.
No, I knew some Justins.
Most popular names with opposite sex. I know there's like a study or some shit.
Like ladies like the name Justin? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, some shit like that, yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Unless her last name is Credible.
200 most attractive and hot guy names that women love.
Based on science.
This has got to be a joke, but it's on Mom Junction, a website that's dedicated to like mom shit, right? But,
all right.
Oh no, they're in alphabetical order. Damn it. Because I was about to be like, number 1 is Abe.
I think they're playing a trick on us.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? That's number 1. Here's Insider has these are the 15 hottest names for men and women in the U.S. based on how swiped right they are. Fucking get to the names. Number 1 for women is Brianna. Women go Brianna, Erica, Lexi, Brooke, Vanessa, April, Natalie, Jenna, Molly, Katie, Laura, Rebecca, Lindsay, Taylor, Allie.
Okay. No standouts for me there.
Nope, not the name of anyone I've dated, and honestly,
I dated a Lauren once.
Can't think of any friends that even have these names. Oh wait, I dated an Erica before.
I knew an Erica.
I saw also in April too. I did.
Oh, I don't know April.
There's an April I kissed and felt up and stuff. Here's the dudes: Brett, Tyler, Corey, Andy, Noah, Shane, Jeffrey, Rob, Frank, Jeff, Zach, Brandon, Nicholas, Greg, Zachary. See, those are all boring ass names, right?
Sure.
The women's names are boring too, in my opinion. Lexi's an alright name. I guess I like names with X's.
I just like X names. Javier.
Yeah, X's. Xi Jinping. Hottest female names. Brianna. I had a girlfriend whose middle name was Brianna. So.
There we go.
Yeah. It's all coming together, isn't it?
Fixed it. Figured it out. We all know the truth. Brianna's. You lied to us.
Oh boy. Oh my god. Ugh. What a week, huh? What a week. Well,
it's gonna get better from here.
Probably not. I mean, I hate my life and my body and everything.
You hate your body?
I just feel like it's never gonna get any better. There's no way to escape. Everything is gonna get progressively worse. And the time traveler from 2783 has confirmed my suspicions.
He's back? Tidor?
John Tyler's back. Not some other fake bastard on TikTok. Apparently there's it's kind of popular
to be a fake time traveling bastard
on TikTok. Yeah, like it's kind of like a trend. Not I guess you would say a trend. Occasionally these people will pop up on TikTok that are fake time travelers. This person is at Time Traveler 2743, so very creative name for a time traveler from 2743 or whatever. But most importantly, the reason he stands out is he recently made a revelation or prediction or he talked about Bigfoot.
You know what? I'm in. Let's do it.
You know, time travelers usually
they don't talk about Bigfoot, but
big world events, political upheaval, blah blah blah.
Well, I mean, like, hey, if Bigfoot was discovered, that would be a big world event, would it not?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but these fake time travelers always neglect to bring up Bigfoot. And luckily, this is what really legitimizes him in my eyes as probably being an actual time traveler. Because he talked about
Bigfoot.
First, though, he predicted in 2022 a huge underwater creature bigger than Megalodon is going to be found. So, some point in 2022, it'll happen, I guess. 2023, though, the Earth magnetic pole flips, leading everything to float for a few minutes. So that's going to be pretty cool.
Weird. I don't know what the science behind that one.
I personally hope that I'm in the middle of having sex when that happens. That's going to be like that's going to be a transcendental experience. I imagine my partner will be like very bonded by that moment, wouldn't you think?
I don't know. I hope I'm pooping.
Moment.
When your gravity is flipped next to mine.
Yeah. Well, because for that brief moment where it happens, you're just like, wow, this is the most amazing sex I've ever had. We have amazing sexual chemistry. We're straight up like traversing the space together. We're transcending a lot of the physics. But then you find out it was, the fucking Magneto took a shit.
Fucking Magneto.
Oh, he does. Those ones are less specific, but he has been given some more specific predictions, so we can, harken back to him later and make sure, he's really giving us the facts. On August 29th, 2022, so later this year, it's summertime. 5 people are going to receive superpowers.
Me?
Like, it could be, he doesn't specify, it just says 5 people.
What kind of superpowers?
Yeah, and he followed that one up with the big one. May 2nd, 2022. We're talking only a couple months here. Bigfoot sighting in the northwestern region of California.
Which superpowered individual finds Bigfoot? Is it me?
Wait, let me read this prediction to you again. It just fucking how vague Nostradamus-y this shit is. May 2nd, 2022. Bigfoot sighting in the northwestern region of California. How many Bigfoot sightings do you think there are in the northwestern region every year?
I don't know, dozens.
Probably like 400, enough that there'll be one on May 2nd. Yeah, it's like fuck. I doubt there's a week that doesn't go by in like fucking like Trinity County or whatever where there's fucking Bigfoot.
It's fucking botheads.
Well, it's really the Emerald Triangle. It's really fucking Hell's Angels and shit killing people. But it's Bigfoot. Bigfoot did it. Also, December 1st, 2022. So towards the end of the year, around Christmas time, New Year's, everyone's going to be settled in to watch holiday-related Twice content. That's what I'll be doing, I assume.
Is that part of his prediction?
No, I'm making a personal prediction. Although, there's some new K-pop girly woman that I think is pretty good. As far as like a human being goes, I don't particularly don't know much about her music. I just know her as a entertaining human being on TV shows and their YouTube channel or whatever. Solar from Mamamoo. She's cute. The end. She's also older, closer to my age, probably more like respectable infatuation with a celebrity to have. So Zoe Kravitz and Solar, let's do it.
Yeah, Zoe Kravitz for sure is closer to your age. I don't know. I
actually don't know. I think Zoe Kravitz is kind of young, isn't she?
No, she's dating Channing Tatum. She has to be close to your age.
She's dating Channing Tatum?
Yeah, the Tatums.
I straight up have a chance then. If they break up, I'll be like, hey, you want another tall, conventionally attractive, kind of goofy white boy? It's me and you, Zoe. She's small. She's like our mom size. She's mom size. She's only 5'10". Solar is.
She was born in '88, so just 2 years younger than you.
Who's Zoe Kravitz?
Yeah.
Yeah. Checking on Solar from Mamamoo now. See what
I don't care about that. No, I'm more interested in Zoe Kravitz.
Oh, she was born in '91. She's 31.
Yeah, too young for you.
That's regular. No, that's like a normalized age.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, anyhow, I guess back to this prediction. NASA's going to receive a signal coming from the moon. Meanwhile, a video of an unidentified object approaching the moon will be recorded. Fucking Unicron. Or space Nazis. Or
Transformers? You mean Decepticons?
Well, no, like like Iron Skies.
Oh,
where the zombies. There's not zombies. The Nazis have a space base on the moon, and they're like, "All right, finally, it's time for the Fourth Reich."
This is more like the seventh one.
He's also got a prediction here that really, to me, kind of reveals that he's probably like a 19-year-old British kid who spends too much time on the internet, because he says GTA 6 will officially launch on September 17th, 2024.
Like anyone gives a fucking shit.
It'll be the largest and biggest selling game up until 2030. And on December 18th, 2022, England will win the Football World Cup. England.
So, okay, this guy's British. A 17-year-old British kid. Got it.
He's 19-year-old British kid who loves video games. So basically, this could be any 19-year-old in England or in the United States. Because fucking...
I don't know. The fucking 19-year-olds in the United States don't give a shit about England winning the World Cup.
Yeah, but I guarantee you they care about Grand Theft Auto 6. That was the biggest sort of difference in like age gap when I was working at FedEx with all those like 20 to 25-year-old kids and shit. It's like, man, you guys like really love video games. That's crazy. I know I just played 100 hours of Elden Ring, but I don't think it's that great. I don't think it's that great, and I don't particularly want to talk about it with strangers.
Not everyone wants to hear your gaming stories. They're great.
Yeah, fucking video
Come
games
on.
rock.
Hey, I'm the third highest ranked Ultima Online player. No, what was Ultima Online? What the fuck was that kid always talking to me about? I don't remember.
I don't know, man, but here's the important prediction because it's coming, like, it's fucking happening
It's
right
not
now
important.
as we speak. Yes, it is. This is big shit.
All right, go for it.
Remember these dates during March 2022. That's right now. It's March 2022 right now. March 9th, 2022. March 17th, 2022, St. Patrick's Day. March 21st, that's tomorrow.
Why do we remember them, though?
The Great Reset has officially started. It was planned years ago.
Oh,
it's
no.
now time for the world to be taken to a whole new era. This should confirm my authenticity.
I'm leaving.
I understand that I'm more here to help. I'm here to help. So, what happened on March 9th? Do you remember anything specifically?
I don't know. I don't unplug my headset. What did you say?
Do you remember anything specifically happening on March 9th?
Fucking no.
What about March 17th? It was St. Patrick's Day.
I had stew. I told you that already. And I drank 2 Guinnesses.
I remember people were clowning on Michael Martin. And someone was like, "Oh, you think Sinn Féin's so good? Why is Mary Lou McDonald meeting with the President of the United States? I thought they're left wing. That's bitch shit." Like, God damn.
I'm pretty sure because he's President of the United States. His name is Joe Biden. That's why she's meeting with him.
Yeah, but that's not very left wing of Sinn Féin.
So stupid.
The President of the United States. I mean, it's like actually also perfect for one of Sinn Féin's major goals to reunify Ireland, right? Because Joe Biden absolutely supports the reunification of Ireland. So that is the president you would want to appeal to. I don't know. It kind of makes sense to me. I'm sure they weren't in there talking about Palestinian human rights, so fucking sure it worked out. So maybe that was March 17th, right?
I doubt it.
But the important March 21st tomorrow, something is gonna happen. I'm sure a lot of things.
I gotta call Home Depot about this fucking fridge I was supposed to get that hasn't arrived yet.
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to ask you about that.
I was supposed to get Friday and it didn't show up, and I called and they said, "Yeah, well, for some reason it's on the truck. We'll call you in 48 hours." And then I never heard anything. So call them tomorrow.
Do you need any help?
No, like everything I do these days, like it never fucking works out. Like I don't know what the problem is. Is it me? Is it just bad luck, or is it the world just no longer functions the way it's supposed to?
It's because of Joe Byron, sleepy Joe Byron.
Let's go, Brandon.
Because of Brandon, you couldn't get your refrigerator. He's ruined the supply chain, inflation, vaccine, COVID.
Yeah, I don't think that's it, because I called them like, "Hey, it didn't get on the truck. We're going to talk to the warehouse. It's probably at the warehouse somewhere. Are you here in 24 hours? Well, 24 to 48 hours.
They probably couldn't afford gas for the truck because of Joe Byron.
Joe Byron. Mr. Joe
also,
Brandon.
Real quick follow-up to a story from a few weeks ago. Remember Irma Rick from Argentina who got abducted for like 40 miles? Mm-hmm. She's back in the news in Argentina. Says she's pregnant from the alien.
Okay.
Yeah.
The ultrasound confirmed?
She had an interview on a broadcast called Bahia Hoy.
Well, you gotta believe that.
La Brujula 24 is the name of the TV channel. She had a lot of things to tell, starting with possible alien pregnancy. I don't have a belly yet. I feel discomfort. Things that happen to me. I have to consult the prosecutor because she does not want me to talk much yet.
Are you gonna sue the aliens? I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know what case she's working on.
These sons of bitches from Rygol 3 are gonna pay.
Well, I mean, that's
child support. Here we come.
Nothing. That's the sexual assault for sure,
brother,
and kidnapping, brother. I'm doing studies because of an alien pregnancy. I don't ask for much. I have to do a lot of things. I ask for a little help. Tomorrow I have to do ultrasounds and stuff. Supposedly I got pregnant when they took me away. So I guess she must be hot news in Argentina. She's at least getting appearances on TV and shit. She was also apparently abducted in 2002.
Nope, no
In
baby that time.
Giachino Ares, in the house where she lives. Not no baby that time. So yeah, I guess when we find out more, like when she has the baby or whatever, we'll update you guys.
Yeah, how many tentacles it has. We'll count the tentacles.
The next step in her adventure with aliens, her ongoing feud, if you will.
I thought it was only a life adventure. Now we're gonna be parents together.
Her and an alien?
Her and an alien.
I don't think so. They seem like absentee fathers quite often. That's it for spooky news. Good luck to Irma Rick on her pregnancy.
Yeah.
Good luck to us all tomorrow on March 21st.
Yeah, who knows what's gonna happen? Probably something with Sinn Féin again.
Something's gonna happen. And it's gonna be the Great Awakening, whatever the fuck that means. Is that what he said? Yeah, it was the Great Awakening. Isn't that fucking QAnon shit?
Yeah, it's QAnon shit for sure.
Yeah, that sounds like a dumb 19-year-old from England.
Boris Johnson's gonna save us all.
Yeah, Boris Johnson, he doesn't seem like the ringleader of like a pedophile ring to me.
Let's do a Brexit.
Are you out of your mind? They exited from reasonable thought. That's what they should have called it. Reasonable thought exit, not Brexit.
We want to make ourselves less important.
That's it. VHS Cult, Zoe Kravitz forever, Mina forever. I'll get over my first K-pop crush. It's Mina forever. Go to VHS.
Channing Tatum forever.
KvLT.com.
Shout out Channing Tatum's.
You know what? I'm cool with Channing Tatum. So
I'm not.
Channing Tatum.
I'm nothing with Channing Tatum. I don't know. I don't have no feelings for him at all. So I'm not cool with him. I'm uncool with him. I'm indifferent to the Tatums. The Tatums ain't got nothing for me.
Being like, legitimate, straightforward about it. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about Channing Tatum. He's just some other human being. But, whatever. He's cool. I'm fine. You kiss on Zoe Kravitz. You do it. Do it for all of us. No, do it for yourself. Do it for Zoe.
No, do it for me.
VHS KvLT.com. Make sure to rate and review, like and subscribe. Do the YouTube shit. Do the Twitch shit. Do the Spotify.
The Apple Stitcher. What the shit? Where do you listen to podcasts these days? Podbeans? You got your.
I don't listen to podcasts, so I don't know.
Me either.
Specifically though, we need to donate to the Patreon. I need about
$800. We already went over this. Not me. I need a solid $2,000 to $3,000 a month, or family starve.
I mean, yeah. Give us everything you can. Everything you have.
Give it everything you got. No one else needs it more than we do. That's for sure.
Next week, I'll record the entire podcast with a gun pointed at the camera, so you'll know how serious I am. To like rob people. I don't mean like a suicide thing. That'll be, I don't know, probably a couple years down the road, to be honest. Maybe sooner than that. I do feel like I'm really at my wit's end. Like at the end of my rope. I don't know if I'd do it with a gun though.
Well, it's something to really think about. Plan your suicide. That's what I always say.
I think I'd rather go out partying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's not a surefire way.
When I party, it is.
You say that, but you always wake up in a hospital with your stomach pumped and your teeth black from charcoal.
Nah, not me.